Good morning, teacher.
Hi, Diana. Good morning. How are you doing?
Mm, And you? How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Let's say that is good or a regular day for a Friday. But why did you say that you're doing so? What happened? Do you have a lot of work for today or any other thing that is concerning you right now?
This week, maybe teacher, it was. Um, this week has been heavy. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to translate another office
Mm-hmm.
and how do you say empacar?
Pack? You need to pack?
We this week we need to pack to all the things that we have to translate to the another office
Mm-hmm.
and how do you say yo soy la responsable?
Mm-hmm. So
I
you can
am
say, I am the responsible for, and then you need a verb
I
in
am
ing. Uh-huh.
okay, I am responsible for the uniform
Mm-hmm.
uniforms for the stores. So
Mm-hmm.
I have to do the inventario
Inventory.
inventory of all and it was so I don't know. This week has been a little rara,
Weird. A
pesada.
little weird. Uh-huh. And busy, I imagine. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're the person in charge of the uniform. So you have to check how many people, the sizes, the colors. I don't know if you have different colors, but
Mm, yes, but we have a formato,
mm-hmm. A format.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
a format for each store. So only make the no sé, no sé cómo decirlo, pero o sea, preparamos como el headcount de las tiendas y así
Mm-hmm.
hacemos los envíos. Ujú.
Ah, okay. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. So based on the headcount, then you do the deliveries, you prepare how many people and all that.
Yeah. So-
Okay.
But today is Friday and
Mm-hmm.
everything would be okay.
Yeah, I know. Do you work on Sundays? Oh, I mean on Saturdays?
Repeat, please.
Do you work on Saturdays or do you only work from Monday to Friday?
Usu Usually Monday to Friday, but I have a lot of activities now. Maybe I have to work on Saturday. I'm not sure
Mm-hmm.
because I think I need to take a recess now. But if it is necessary, I going to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that when you work on Saturday is optional. So if you have a lot of activities to finish, then you work on Saturday.
Yeah. For example, on October, November, and a part of December, I work every Saturday and Sunday, only a part of the day. But it's the season.
Mhm.
And now we have a lot of activities, but it's not, it's not, ¿cómo decir? No tanto.
Okay, so it is not that much like I mean, or you do not have
Much.
those many activities like you did back in December.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. So it might be a busy schedule. So what's your regular schedule? For example, today do you start? I remember you said 7:30, right?
7:30, and I finish at 4:30,
Mm-hmm.
but I never go out. No, I never finish at that hour.
Mm-hmm.
Usually 5, 5:30, 6,
Mm, okay.
but it's normal.
Mhm. It is just normal for you to leave a little later than expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine, Diana. It is, it is what it is. The only thing that we need to do is to accommodate our schedules to the work activities that we have.
Repeat, please. Sorry.
No worries. I said that we need to accommodate our schedule to the activities that you have to complete. Mhm. Yeah, that's basically what we do. Okay, great, but thank you for joining, Diana. We're gonna go ahead and move on with you, but because yesterday I didn't have anybody to join, and now I only have you, I was a little bit worried that no one had joined the class, but let's see, let's take advantage of our time. So do you remember what we previously covered?
Sí, recuerdo el qué, perdón.
What we covered in the last class, in the last
Eh,
class that you were in.
I remember about eh, enfermedades, teacher.
Ah, yeah.
About
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Different
Monday.
we talked about health problems, right? Health problems.
Yeah, health problems and some solutions or advice to when you have flu, headache, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, exactly. So different pieces of advice that we can provide to people when they are sick, right? Especially when they are sick. So we will pretend that some of these things are true to you, and we will see what would be the possible advice that we could give you or could give yourself if this happens to you, right? So we have these imaginary situations, and now you will say what you would do if these ones were your situations. Okay. For example, the first one, can you read this first one, Diana? And then you can mention, even if we invented, right? Even if we invented, what would you do if that was your situation? This one, for example.
And I sometimes feel really stressed.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's usually in that situation. And I don't remember if I said at the last class, but when I stressed, I change activity to do in that moment for change my mind in that moment. And only that when I stressed. Or take a minute to hacer respiración,
Mm-hmm. To breathe, uh-huh. You take a minute to
breathe.
breathe, uh-huh. And you change activities. Okay, for example, if you are really stressed right now, it's just a general example, what would be some of those activities that you do to think about something else?
The most usually to see a TikTok or WhatsApp, Facebook, I don't know, only for take a minute to change and distraerme.
Yeah,
How
to
do you say
distract.
distraerme?
To
To
distract.
distract. Only for distract. Only maybe 5 minutes. Only that because I can't distract a lot of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly, because you have other things to complete. So if you do not complete them on time, then you're gonna feel even more stressed, right? Later on. But great. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, trying to disconnect a little can really help, right? I mean, if you're feeling stressed during work days, what about during weekends? For example, if you're not working and feel stressed about any other life-related event, what do you usually do? Do you go out? Do you watch a movie or what do you usually do?
Usually I watch a TV series or go out with my family or the most usually with my brother. Go out to the beach or a restaurant that have a beautiful sea vista
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A beautiful view. I mean, yeah,
view.
you can say the view. Okay. Yeah,
Only
great. Okay, cool. Excellent. What about the second one? Imagine that you need to study for an exam, but you can't concentrate. So, what do you usually do to overcome that situation of not being able to concentrate?
maybe listen music, but music like relajante. How do you
Relaxing
say
music, relaxing. Like what?
relaxing music?
Mm-hmm.
And only that, and maybe I go to a, a room that can be only me and only that. Mm, mm.
Okay, yeah, that makes total sense about the part of relaxing music, right? So you can concentrate. Okay, what about the next one? If you feel sick before every exam, imagine that you have an exam at the university or anything like that, and you feel nervous or sick, what do you usually do?
I don't know. Mm,
Or
let's
it
see.
doesn't happen to you?
No,
Okay,
it
yeah.
doesn't happen.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. Okay, if it doesn't happen, no worries. What about this part? Do you ever forget half of the new words that you learn? Imagine that you learn new words in English, probably not half, but at some point, do you forget? Imagine that we learned a new word on Monday, but today you forget it. Does that ever happen to you?
That is usually.
Mm-hmm.
I think my short memory, it's too bad. And I think I need to repeat, and take notes or make, how do you say planas?
Lines?
Maybe I have to say lines for remember because really my short memory and maybe the short memory.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Great. What about this next one? I forget. I'm sorry. I get nervous when I speak English to foreigners. Has it ever happened to you that they say, "Ah, Diana speaks English. Maybe she can translate for us, or she can talk to these foreign people." Has that ever happened to you?
Mm. I I won't do, no lo haría. How do you say would? No lo haría.
You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it.
I won't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know, teacher. Sometimes I think or I feel that I understand when you speak or when I listen the audios, but talk for me
Mm-hmm.
is too difficult. I need to improve a lot of my vocabulary. I need to practice more in that. So I I want to do it.
Mm-hmm. So at least for now, you wouldn't do it. You would like to improve your English first and then speak to foreigners.
Maybe I need to improve.
Mm-hmm. Okay, no worries. That is the reason why you are here for. Okay, very good. What about if you get really hungry before you go to bed? Has that ever happened to you that you get hungry?
Yeah, sometimes I I wake up and and take some things. I don't know, maybe a cookie or cornflake with milk. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay, very good. So you try to eat something lighter, right? So if you get hungry, you try to eat something light so it does not affect your sleep, right?
Maybe, but it's not important for me. To eat something lighter or grasoso. If
Mm-hmm. Greasy,
I
uh-huh.
hungry, if I am hungry, I need to to eat something.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, very good. Very good. Yeah, it happens, right? That sometimes we get hungry and it's like, okay, if I'm going to eat something, I would need something light so I don't have to wait 2 more hours to go to bed, right? Okay. Okay, great. Then excellent, Diana. Thank you very much for sharing. We're going to move on to this part and we're going to try and do these listening exercises. Give me 1 second. I'm going to share my computer sound so you can listen. Okay, here we go. So we have this part of conversation. We have a pharmacist and we have Mr. Peters, okay? We're going to listen to this and then we're going to practice it together. Let's see, let me play it.
Page
Here
81,
we go.
Exercise 8, Conversation. Can you suggest anything? Part A. Listen and practice.
Hi, may I help you?
Yes, please. Could I have something for a backache? My muscles are really sore.
Well, it's a good idea to use a heating pad. And why don't you try this cream? It works really well.
Okay, I'll take 1 tube. Also, my wife has a bad cough. Can you suggest anything?
She should try these cough drops.
Thanks. May I have a large bag? And what do you suggest for insomnia?
Well, you could get a box of chamomile tea. Is it for you?
Yes, I can't sleep.
A sore back and your wife's bad cough? I think I know why you can't sleep.
Okay, let's listen to this one more time, and then we're going to practice it.
Page 81. Exercise 8. Conversation. Can you suggest anything? Part A. Listen and practice.
Hi, may I help you?
Yes, please. Could I have something for a backache? My muscles are really sore.
Well, it's a good idea to use a heating pad. And why don't you try this cream? It works really well.
Okay, I'll take one tube. Also, my wife has a bad cough. Can you suggest anything?
She should try these cough drops.
Thanks. May I have a large bag? And what do you suggest for insomnia?
Well, you could get a box of chamomile tea. Is it for you?
Yes, I can't sleep.
A sore back and your wife's bad cough? I think I know why you can't sleep.
Okay, very good. Let's do something. You are going to be the pharmacist, Diana, and I'm going to do the part of Mr. Peter. So you would be the one suggesting what I should do, okay? Let's see. So, okay, you start as the pharmacist.
Okay. Hi, may I help you?
Yes, please. Could I have something for a backache? My muscles are really sore.
Well, it's good idea to use a heating pad, and why don't you try this cream? It works really well.
Okay, I'll take one too. Also, my wife has a bad cough. Can you suggest anything?
She should try these cough drops.
Mm-hmm. Thanks. May I have a large bag? And what do you suggest for insomnia?
Well, you could get a box of chamomile, I don't know,
Chamomile?
chamomile tea. Is it for you?
Yes, I can't sleep.
A sure back and your wife bad cough? I think I know why you can't sleep.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. So did you find any new words or vocabulary here?
Yeah, what's the meaning of cough drops?
Cough drops. Cough is mm, right?
Ah,
And the drops are, I mean, mostly we use the drops for our eyes. Have you seen that people open their eyes and they put some drops on? So those are like gotitas, right? Have you seen those gotitas that you open your eye
okay,
and so those are the drops, right? Cough drops.
okay.
And yeah, go
And
ahead.
when you say chamomile, like CH, don't sound.
Ah, yeah, the chamomile, the CH in
Uh-huh.
this case, in English, with the CH, we do not usually pronounce it like we do in Spanish, right? Because in Spanish, we would say chamomile, right? But in English, we say chamomile. Similar
Chamomile.
to, let me think about another word with ca. Yeah, when we say backache, right? We don't say backache or some or backache. We say backache, right? So in English, in most of the words that you will see that go with the CH, we pronounce it like a K, right? Chamomile. Do you know what the chamomile tea is?
Eh, m- Manzanilla.
Yeah, it's manzanilla.
The last week I I I forget. I asked you
Mm-hmm.
about how do you say manzanilla,
Mm-hmm.
but I always forget
Yeah, it's okay.
chamomile.
Yeah, that's the chamomile tea. Do you like drinking chamomile tea or green tea?
Chamomile tea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
For
prefer.
me, when I can't sleep, sometimes I drink a chamomile tea.
Mm-hmm.
Chamomile tea.
Chamomile tea. Or does it work if you drink milk, for example?
I don't like a lot,
Ah, you don't
mm,
like milk that much. Okay.
but I for me it's better to drink a chamomile tea or only that tea.
Mm-hmm.
For-
Okay. Yeah, chamomile tea is good, especially when we have insomnia, right? So, I mean, I have never suffered from insomnia, but many people do, and it is kind of difficult for them to sleep. Some people only sleep 2 or 3 hours. So imagine sleeping only two hours per day. You're gonna be tired during the whole day with a lot of activities that you have to do.
I think I have insomnia
Mm-hmm.
because in the week only ay, solo duermo.
I only sleep. I only sleep.
I only sleep maybe for 3 or 5 hours. On
Okay.
the on weekends lo repongo.
You recover or you make up for that sleep. So I remember last time that you said that on the weekend sometimes you can even sleep 10 or 12 hours.
12 hours more if is possible.
Mm-hmm. So if we text Diana on a Sunday, you will not reply because you're sleeping.
Only in the morning because that I think that is my day and I need to take a reset.
Mhm.
But so if I work on weekends, I always start later,
Mm-hmm.
but only on weekends.
Mm-hmm. Only
In
on
the week,
weekends.
I can't.
Okay, okay, great. It makes total sense. Yeah, so during the week, I mean, weekdays you usually sleep only 2 or 3 hours then. So you go to
Three,
bed very
4.
late at night. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a problem.
Mm-hmm. But is it because you get home too late at night or because of other activities that you do, like, I don't know, going out or watching movies or anything alike?
I think it's a mala costumbre.
Mm, a bad habit. Bad habit.
A bad habit. Only that. I don't have another explanation for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is difficult to handle. Sometimes it happens to me that imagine it's 9 p.m. I don't have any other thing to do, but instead of going to bed, I'm going to watch a few TikTok videos, and then all of the sudden it's midnight, right? You're scrolling and scrolling, and it's midnight already.
Yeah, or in my case, the most usually activity is to watch a TV series
Mm-hmm.
or novela. How do you say novela?
Soap opera.
opera.
It's a soap opera. Uh-huh.
Oh, soap opera.
So those are the novelas, right? Soap operas.
Okay.
Yeah, because
And for that,
the novels are like the books, right? The ones that you read,
okay.
those are novels. But the ones that you watch on TV, like Mexican, Colombian, Venezuelan, that are the famous ones. Those are called soap operas. Let me send it here in the chat. Oh, sorry. You see, this is how we call
So
them.
I
Mm-hmm.
didn't imagine that the word right
Mm-hmm.
soap.
Like soap, right? Soap operas. Yeah, that's the way that they are called. And there are some that are good, by the way, depending on the ones that you're watching. Some of them are good and interesting. I remember that. Imagine I grew up with three sisters and my mom. So they used to watch a lot of soap operas, right? All the ones that you can imagine. Mexican, Colombian, Betty La Fea. eh, I mean, all those I know them because of my mom and my sisters.
How do you say repertorio?
Mm?
How do you
Yeah,
say repertorio?
you can say that you have a long list. A long list, we could call it repertorio.
You have a long list.
I do.
What is your favorite?
I don't know. I like Betty La Fea maybe because it was a little different, right? Maybe because it was a little different. And I remember another one that I liked because again I had to watch them with my mom and my sisters. It was called Hasta que el dinero nos separe. I guess it was Colombian, the original one.
I don't know.
I don't remember honestly. I guess it was Colombian. But it was about a man who used to sell cars and then he became a
Mm.
millionaire selling cars, but he was poor and he was, big drama.
You remember all.
I remember. So now that you talk about soap operas, I mean that kind of clicked in my mind. And what about you? What's your favorite since you watch them? What would you consider your top three?
Um, I have a lot of, but I usually watch Korean, Korean soap
Ah,
operas.
okay, Korean soap operas. Mm-hmm.
Korean. And um, I watch Mexican soap operas, Lo que la vida me robó.
Mm,
Only that.
mm-hmm. Now that you mentioned that these Korean, the K-dramas, those are the K-dramas, right?
Yeah, K-dramas.
Some of them are really, really good. I mean the the plot for the K-dramas, some of them are really good, and also the movies. Eh, Even on YouTube, you can find a bunch of good Korean movies. I've watched a couple like with my wife. I don't know. I mean, it depends on what type of movies you like. But once we saw one about a woman who becomes that she has been working in different jobs, right? Like bathing dogs and cats. Then she tried to be a police officer and many side jobs, right? Like cleaning. The thing is that she learned a lot and then she became a police officer. So she was a really good how do we call it? She became a really good detective because of all the jobs that she had done. So it was a really good movie and it was a Korean movie. And there are some others that I like. For example, I like movies from zombies, right? And things like that. So
Zombies.
there are two Korean movies that are called Train to Busan. I don't know if you have watched them.
No, Korean movies I didn't watch. Only K-dramas.
Mm-hmm. Only K-dramas. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. But the movies are good. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, but
You
good.
recommend.
Yeah, the movies are good. I have watched just a couple random movies that you find on YouTube, right? Because most of them are
Okay.
in Korean, but they are really good. And that one in Spanish is called Estación Zombie, if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken.
yes.
And
Okay.
in English, it's called Train to Busan. Busan is a city in Korea that in this case it was attacked by zombies, right? So it was really good. Okay, great, Diana. Let me check
I'm going
before.
to watch.
Yeah, you should. Before we get disconnected, let's listen to this second part. There is a second customer, okay? So you need to pay attention to what the second customer wants, okay? Ready?
Okay,
Go ahead.
great.
Page 81. Exercise 8. Part B. Listen to the pharmacist talk to the next customer. What does the customer want?
Excuse me,
Yes? How can I help you?
what do you suggest for a headache?
Well, you should take some pain medication, and it's important to see a doctor if it doesn't go away.
Oh, and where is the pain medication?
Right over there, near the door.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, let's listen to this once again, and then I'm going to ask you about what the customer wants, okay? Here we go.
Page 81. Exercise 8. Part B. Listen to the pharmacist talk to the next customer. What does the customer want?
Excuse me,
Yes? How can I help you?
what do you suggest for a headache?
Well, you should take some pain medication, and it's important to see a doctor if it doesn't go away.
Oh, and where is the pain medication?
Right over there, near the door.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
She 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 want she wanted
Mm-hmm.
um pain medication for headache.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Pain medication for the headache. Okay. Very good. Excellent, Diana. Let me see. We are about to get disconnected in this session. So if you want, we can reconnect and finish this part if you have time to go ahead and go over this part. Okay.
Okay.
Great. Let me close it and I'll see you in about a minute or two. Thank you.
Okay.